Hey, welcome back to Dukes on Twitch. Back today with a green, white, black Duck Depths combo deck. This is green, white depths with a splash of black for cards such as Abrupt Decay in the main deck, and then just Plague Engineers in the sideboard. Hey JR, I think this deck can have a bit of an issue against go wide strategies if they have a good way to null your Dark Depths package. And a good example of that is Blue-Red Delver. If they have Wasteland out and you need to obviously find a different way to win, they can usually do pretty well by going wide with Young Pyromancer in the meantime. So having Plagues are really nice, also good against tribal decks, looking at things like Goblins, Elves, Death and Taxes. So I think the Black Splash is pretty nice. It's only quite light as well, so this is essentially still a green-white list. But it does splash, the black to make some of the poorer matchups a little bit better, which is nice. This list is actually from a very good player, who I believe is Wara on MTGO. Does really well with the deck. I was going to get a list off Jono, aka Dreadnought 33, who's been doing really well with Green White Depths, but he said go with this, so pretty happy to see how this goes. The nice thing about this version of a Depths deck compared to, say, Green Black Depths, is that you do have the backup plan of just a mid-range strategy with Knights and Reclaimers. So you're not just kind of dead in the water if your opponent does have a way to get rid of Dark Depths or Stage, so pretty happy about that. Let's play. A little bit hungover, but should be okay for this. Nice. There we go. Oh. Haven't played Dark Depths in a little while. I've definitely played Green Black Depths in the past, Bug Depths or Rainbow Depths, Green White as well. I think we've tried out a Green White Black version before, but I can't remember how long ago that was. This deck obviously came up when Ren and 6 was in the format. You might have seen versions of Green White Depths that played cards like Tomic or Giver of Runes as protection spells, which is really cool, but obviously the deck has kind of gone on from there. Can I redeem channel points to splash your face with water so you can wake up? Nice. That should be good. I got coffee, I got water. We're going to be okay for this one. But I appreciate the thought. Definitely have something going off my voice here, but nice deep green-white depths. Played a really interesting deck yesterday as a donation deck. It was a 80-card Yorion deck playing an Elvish Reclaimer package, Punishing Fire, and a pretty good Green Suns package, including a card that I don't think many would have seen. Let's quickly have a quick look at it. What was it called? That's always the hardest part of finding these decks again. That's it. Hazion. I can never tell if that's how you actually say it or not. We actually have a match, so we'll come back to it. Up against Sham Whalefella. And this hand looks pretty fantastic. We have a Turn 1 Reclaimer, and then we have Flagstones to start ramping with, which is nice because Elvish Reclaimer is sacrifice a land, not a plains or forest like none of the Reliquary does, so sacking Flagstones essentially gets you 2 lands out of your deck, which is really nice. Preordain. They put 2 cards on the bottom, so they're obviously trying to find something, so I probably don't mind just going off with a waste here and seeing if my opponent is actually just trying to find a land. Okay. A second Preordain in this sort of deck probably is going to be a combo deck. So I think maybe here I should just hold up Verdant and Crop Rotation for Bojuka Bog in case it is Tess. You think it's Doomsday? Until Doomsday, yeah. Then maybe the play is actually to play Reclaim it, actually build out my board and get something going. Tess doesn't play Preordain. Yeah, it's fair. Tess plays Ponder Brainstorm. What did the other Preordain do? 2 cards on top. Okay, so they're happy with what they have on top. It's definitely a case of playing the Verdant. And then I think it is going to be playing the Reclaimer. I don't want to time walk myself again, and Crop here isn't doing a whole lot anyway. There is some thought to just getting a Savannah here, but just in case Decay is online, maybe if I play the Reclaimer out, my opponent might think I'm on a Thalia deck, and therefore play out a Petal or LED to get under Thalia's tax. I guess what I'm saying to myself here is that I believe we have a turn, and I don't have to hold up Crop. Hopefully. Hopefully. Oh, just a pass back. Okay. Swords. Well, now we can hold up Swords and Crop Rot, which is kind of nice. Which means if they want to Tendrils us, they have to go for 23. Or just go above what it currently is. Ponder, alright. Ponder chose to shuffle, that's pretty big. Volk. Okay. So I think the play here is just to sack the Flagstones. We get to go and get a Savannah. And then with Reclaimer's build, we go and get the Thespian stage. And the reason we do this is that obviously this comes in tapped, but if we get Thespian stage first, we can then get Dark Depths, which we don't really care if it comes in tapped. We just want to target it. So hopefully here we're okay, especially with the Crop. Another Knight. I think because we have the Crop, I'm okay to attack here. However, if I want to go for Crop and also get Dark Depths, and I do want to keep both up. We could also just play a Knight and also hold up either Crop or Swords, which is kind of nice as well. A few plays, which is nice. I think it is just holding up Dark Depths. I think I'd rather try to win next turn. Yeah, especially if I can do it. So, if I am holding up the combo, I don't want to attack here, because I want to also hold up Dark Depths. I essentially want to hold up 2 ways to get 2 different lands, one being Dark Depths, one being Bog. So I want to make sure I'm not missing out on 3 damage here. Because if we attack, then we have crop into Dark Depths, or we have crop into Bog, but we can't do both. If we keep up Reclaimer, we need 2 mana for its activation. Yeah, so I actually think it's fine attacking with the Reclaimer here, because it puts us back a turn anyway. We can't hold up Reclaimer, go for Dark Depths, and also Bog in the exact same turn. Yeah, leaving up Reclaimer is only good if you want to ramp with Flagstones. That's very true. Alright. See, I could Bog now, but I don't think I want to. The only reason that I might Bog now is that I think that they're going for a Adnor's line, because Bog would turn off Threshold. But I think I'm happy trying to go for this. Dark Petition. Okay. There's also the case of perhaps bogging in response to Dark Petition to turn off Spell Mastery. Cards. I wonder if there was a world where I was supposed to crop for Bog in response to Dark Petition. It also stops them getting 3 black. Unless they like Ritual in response to it, but I guess they need to like Ritual in response to it. Adnors. Alright. LED's a pretty good start. Ritual's a pretty good start as well. Thoughtseize is nice. All the mana in the world. Oof. Surely they cast Thoughtseize. I think it's just a concession here to hide kind of what we're playing. Yeah. This is going to be an interesting one. I like the Thalias, the Veil, the Oof. I don't mind the Plagues as an out to empty. But that's probably a maybe. And also don't mind the Surgicals. So like maybe and definitely. The Swords can definitely come out. The Reclaim is interesting because it does protect, but I'm not sure if that's good enough. Library I can consider dropping. Decays I can consider dropping. But if they are playing Defense Grid, there's some consensus to keeping them in. But at least we can find Night of Autumn. I don't mind a choke, but it's definitely on the maybe side. I don't mind this. Decay is also pretty good against Wishclaw, that's correct. These two are probably my best bears to get. Safekeeper to actually protect the Oof. Reclaimer and Crop are good at getting Bog. Night of Autumn and Other Reliquary are fine. Green Suns is fine. think we'll see how this goes. You like Decay over Choke? Hopefully this is a game through we can test it out. This hand is interesting, but it doesn't really do enough. It does turn on, like, Dark Depths as a draw is obviously very good. But I probably want something like Thalia or Green Suns for Oof in my opening. Just doesn't do enough. And Choke with Wasteland is a little bit awkward, unless they go like bad lands into Thoughtseize. I'm gonna mull this. Okay. This is definitely better. Question is, what do I want to drop? I kind of like the land package because it means we can go for Collector Oof as of turn 2, which does turn off the Mox Diamond, but I think that's okay. This is pretty interesting. Hey Drezzy, you are welcome. What is your MTGO handle? It's actually tough. I guess we have a good chance of drawing into a land, so that could be a case of why I want to drop one land. But it's definitely tough. It might just be dropping a land. Probably the Dark Depths. It's tough because if we go like land pass and they Thoughtseize us, I assume they take the Green Suns. So I think it might just be a Windswept Heath, and then just hope the top card is a land. The reason for keeping the Engineer is that I do want an out to empty the Warrens, and I can't really find Engineer once it's in the library. Yep. At least we do have 2 mana, so we can draw into something like Thalia, which would be pretty strong. They take the crop. Interesting. Another Mox. Rough. Ponder's okay. They chose to shuffle, which is nice. Another Thoughtseize. Stage. Okay. Well, we have a plan. Let's get a Spanner. Actually, I'm going to turn off... I don't want to play something that turns on Massacre, so we'll get Bayou. And play this on Goblin. Brainstorm's okay. Definitely very open here. the Green Suns was kind of our only way out. Alright. No shuffle. Oof. Alright. Well. Happy to attack first. It does turn off our Mox Diamond, but I think that's better for us than for our opponent. Turning off LED that hasn't been cast, turning off Lotus Petal, Wishgore Talisman. It's all pretty good. Our opponent has to find removal for this Collector Oof, which is nice. The issue being we don't have white source like a Thalia. Now we do. Yeah, the biggest thing is definitely clocking them. This does turn the clock into a 3-turn clock if you include the fetch. I'm going to play the Windswept Heath because if we draw Dark Depths and for some reason that we get a chance to do Dark Depths, I do want to have the mana out for it. Yeah, Living Ad Nauseam is really nice. There is a thought to getting Dried Arbor in the end step, but I think having white as a source is probably better. They chose to shuffle. Okay. Chose not to shuffle. Grape Shot. It's pretty good. Alright, let's go for Dryad Arbor, and then copy Dryad Arbor. Thalia? Wasteland, okay. Can take them off green, can take them off red. Yeah, I think it might be red. They've had a lot of time to find like a nice hand, so I don't like our chances for this game, but double Dryad's pretty cool. One top, one bottom. Alright. First time we've seen Stage Dryad. It's pretty cool. Is this just lethal? I think it is. Or pretty close to it. Yeah. Tutor. Into tendrils. Yep. Rough. Not too much we could do there. Probably think more about how we want to use Bog in game 1. Just why? A pretty slow hand. I think I'm pretty keen to mulligan once. Just want a little bit more happening. Even if we turn 1 Reclaimer, we have to either hold up Reclaimer or Wasteland do nothing turn 2. Okay. I don't mind this. It is only a 1-lander, but or a 2-lander. But we can keep it. Bottom the Knight. And we can Green Suns for Elvish Reclaimer to then sack the Flagstones next turn to start ramping, which is kind of nice. Opponent went to 5 cards. Interesting. Bloodstain Maya. This definitely feels like Reanimator, but this could just be something else. Mountain into Bolt. Okay. Well, we're just going to do the same thing. Burn doesn't usually play basic fetches, but maybe if they're like a Grim Lavamancer version, it could be Burn. Okay. Chain Lightning, rough. So my best draw is probably just a fetch land here to play the Knight as a 4/4. That's also interesting. I think I will just go with Knight here. Even though it's only a 3/3, I think that's okay. Playing the Showcase? I don't think so. Legacy Showcase Challenge. Oh, when's that? 13 hours. Interesting. Definitely appealing. I didn't have plans to do it. I'll say that. Eidolon's okay. Fire Blast? Rough. Can we draw a land? No, but we can draw that. Interesting. Playing black. Another Swift Spear is fine. Opponent can't do much here. Stage Copy Flagstones does give us that. This is also just a nice win here, because we have open Dark Depths. I don't think our opponent will be playing Wasteland because they're probably playing back to, what's it called, Price of Progress, so. Hey Seth. Thanks for the follow. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what you play in Legacy. Alright. Flip to white. Legacy D&T and Elves from Canada. Very cool. Nice. Little backdoor win. This is going to be an interesting matchup. I probably like the Path and the Thalias. I don't think I want the Forces, but the Forces are pretty interesting. We can definitely take out the Bog. Can definitely take out the libraries. It might just be something like this. It's pretty easy. I'm going to assume they're playing something in the board. This does hit Eidolon, which is relevant, but also something like a Ensnaring Bridge, perhaps. Yeah, I sadly got rid of my Mox Diamonds a little while back that have gone up since then. I did keep one for Highlander, but yeah, it's definitely a big oof to the deck. This is a pretty interesting hand because it does have the combo. But it's obviously quite open to a card like Price of Progress. Opponent kept 7. There's a world where I keep this and just play the Dried Arbor out first. Because getting a land in the min, getting these to 3/4s is pretty huge. I'm gonna see how this goes. A little bit tough against a really fast start, but you know, even a Mox Diamond changes this because then it's 1 fetch and Mox land 3 to put 3 in the bin. Goblin Guide, okay. What's on top? Flagstones, okay. Nice. Stage. There's also the thought just to keep the like an Eidolon off the table to play the Reclaimer next turn. Yeah, I think Reclaimer here is pretty nice. All right. Yeah, Reclaim is just so good if it does untap, which is nice. Wasteland's interesting. Bayou, okay. I don't mind playing Stage here, because if we draw Mox Diamond, then it's pretty good. It means we can play Dark Depths next turn. Dried Arbor to save some time as well is also pretty good. Yeah. It also means we have double blocks on the guide. If that's relevant. Interesting. Yeah, hand definitely didn't work out the way that I planned. Probably am happy to block here. Force. Alright, well, opponent's down to 1 card. 3, 6, 7. Not looking too good. We hit every single hit off the Goblin Guide, which is interesting, but just not where you want to be. Eidolon. Alright, it's only Mox Diamond here that gets us. Mox Diamond and they don't draw something. Crop is not good enough. I guess we get... We have Crop for the Eidolon. Oh, we have our Force. So we can do something, but we don't have a green card other than Crop here. They could just draw land. Cool. Yeah, it's definitely an out, so I'll play to it. But it's not a great out. Bump in the night? Alright. I don't think I want to change anything. Pretty happy with just trying to combo off faster than them, so keeping a faster hand. This is still not too bad. Turn 1 Reclaimer. And then we still have Knight and Swords. I could also hold the Reclaimer in this matchup. There's also a world where Knight is supposed to go... Oh, sorry, Swords is supposed to go at my creatures. I could also hold up Swords, and then next turn we could Wasteland ourselves potentially to make the Reclaimer a 3/4. I don't mind that play. Especially if it takes a bolt out of their hand. Alright, let's see what it hits first. Crop rotation. That's interesting. I probably actually want that. Because now we can crop into 2 fetches, kind of. There's a world where I should have fetched so they can't bolt in response, but I think they'll just try to go after this Reclaimer here. Blood Crypt. Interesting. I wonder why they're playing that. Another Goblin Guide. We get 2 looks. Thespian Stage, okay. Abrupt Decay. I guess we go to blocks first because if they do have Bolt here, then at least I can block and then fetch. If I fetch now and they Bolt, then I'm definitely taking 2. So we'll definitely go to blocks first. And then before damage, see if we can fetch. Okay. I could play around Bolt by wasting myself, but still the Bolt deals with it because of the damage from Guide, so I think I'll just go Savannah. Crop this way. And if they Bolt now, then I can get Dark Depth, so they should let this resolve, yeah. Now they can't save the Goblin Guide, which is interesting. Because they can't bolt now. They have to lose the Goblin Guide. Just gonna go for Forest. Just to play around Price of Progress a little bit. Fire Blast this? Wow, that's huge. And then do they still have Bolt? Nothing. Okay. I should have actually got a white source there, because then we could play Stage into Night of Autumn. But I also don't mind this, just gain 4. Opponent in an interesting spot, yeah. That was a pretty aggressive Fire Blast. To say the least. Whew. Burn, a interesting matchup. Burn the World Fire Blast. Alright, on the play against Nice Drawn. Hey Pets! A huge thank you! Very nice to see you in here. I hope you're doing well. Taking it day by day. I don't mind this hand. I'm going to keep it. Turn 1 Reclaimer is pretty nice. I probably want to drop the Stage and then just play the Verdant and Fetch so that next turn potentially we could have a 3-4 Reclaimer, which is pretty nice. You created a new deck and doing super well with it? Very cool. Very cool to hear. 4-3 in the challenge today and then a 5-0 league. Nice. Very nice. There's also potential for turn 1 Green Sun Zenith, turn 2 Reclaimer, and then turn 1 we can also hold up Swords. I think we are playing the deck that won the challenge, which is hilarious because it looks like we might be up against the mirror. Which, if we draw a land here, I would love to be able to go Night of Autumn on the Mox. Was this Punishing Fire? Oof, that's pretty big. Come on, land. No. Yeah, looking probably more like Loam. I actually don't want a 5 here. Hey, thanks Nathan, all the best. Nice to hear you doing well. Library is more than fine. Tabernacle, rough. That's like the perfect play. Flagstones, nice. Green, Knight. Wasteland's okay. Delicate Exploration. Alright. I think here I'm happy just to pay for the Dryad Arbor. Just to pay for the Night of Autumn. Because I probably want to try to Green Suns for Night if I draw a land here. Mox. Okay, so we can still at least Green Suns for Elvish Reclaimer. Which will be a 3/4. Winds of Teeth really nice with Valak Exploration. What's your pet card in Legacy? Oof, that's a big one. Based on the decks I play, I would probably say something like Thalia. But yeah, it's a tough one. That's fine. Beast. Yeah, Questing Beast is actually pretty strong. Loam here is going to be really nice for my opponent. I think here I just want to pay for the Elvish Reclaimer. Not too much we can do here. Can hopefully turn on Mox. Land screwed in our lands deck. It can happen. It can happen. Exploration with Valakut Exploration is really nice. Probably needed a land, yeah, at some point to be able to abrupt decay this Valakut Exploration. Or this is going to be really, really tough. I'm just going to get a Plains. I could get a Savannah, but I don't want to get double Wastelanded here. Okay, that's definitely a start. Mazavith is pretty strong. Yuck. Big yikes. I guess we could draw Wasteland and then Bog with Elvish Reclaimer. That's probably the best play that we have. That's probably the only play we have, and we only have one turn to do it. Hiya! Hiya! Crop would also do it. Does it? No, I don't think it does. But it does turn off Loam and Punishing Fire for now. Huh. I do want to turn this Loam off though, so... Maze is really strong. Speaking of Questing Beast is amazing against Maze, no pun intended. We will still try to attack and see what happens. Yep. I saw that coming. I got Lily Veiled by a Depths deck today when they had Maze out. Rough. Yeah, that's a really tough time. Probably copying the maze here. Okay. Double maze is pretty tough. There is a thought to not paying here, but I don't think we have a great out to this. I think it's just going to be board time. Yeah, unfortunately. So I like the surgicals. I like the forces. Just these four. I really like Sylvan Library, but I think I can probably take out one here. I'm not too sure how good the depths package is either. I could see myself dropping 2 depths here and just keeping 1 just in case we want it. Yeah, I could see a path over a swords. Especially as we're probably the beatdown in this matchup. We have more creatures as well. Safekeep is interesting. I'm not sure if it's worth it. I might even go down on a stage, seeing we're going down on the Dark Depths plan. And I do want at least... I guess I want a fair amount of lands for Mox Diamonds, so... I like that Sylvan Safekeeper is a way around Maze. Hey Dreadnought, welcome. I hope you're well. We're currently playing against lands. It looks to be red-green lands. So just looking at sideboarding. Currently looking at dropping a Sylvan Library in 2 depths, bringing in 2 surgical, 2 force. Black Splash so far has been okay. We got to Abrupt Decay of Valakut Exploration, which otherwise wouldn't have been possible because we'd already used Night of Autumn on a Sylvan Library. I don't think I want to trim a Mox, but I kind of want to trim a Mox here. The turn 1 starts though, like turn 1 library is just so good. I'm going to go down on a swords. I think with the decays, I'm okay to have that set up. This hand doesn't really do anything. It does have the bog in the opening, which is kind of nice, but... yeah, I think cutting a plow was good. Okay. Sure. I think I want the force. I think I just want to bottom the... there's a case for just bottoming the Mox here. But it means I could land a turn 2 Knight. I think I'm actually okay to bottom the Mox and just have 3 lands. Surgical for graveyard, force in case I draw another green card, or just need it if they go like a turn 1 Mox into library. This also makes Mox Diamond an okay draw, which is nice. Otherwise Mox would be a pretty dead draw. Okay then. Not the start I thought I'd see, but that's fine. Reclaim is pretty nice. I don't really want to play Reclaimer into Swords to Plowshares, but at the same time, I don't want the Knight getting swordsed. Okay. I'm just gonna play the knight out here. I don't really want a surgical swords. I'd rather try to hit like a loam. Interesting start for my opponent. Caracas is okay. That's fine. What are my thoughts on Bind? Counter target activated ability, draw a card. Interesting card. I like that it replaces itself, but you've got to do a fair amount for it to do anything. Swords. I think here I like Wasteland on Taiga, and then just cycle probably this forest into a Valakut. Guess we can go and get a fetch. Get a Savannah. Force this as a 1-for-1. Hit your green source. Swords is fine. Bog is fine. Crop. That's interesting. Yeah, both Bog post Source Splash is interesting. I assume it was just something that my opponent didn't see until the very end. Is this like Savine's Reclamation? This feels like Savine's Reclamation. It is. Getting back the Taiga. I kind of just want to Bog here. Off the stage. I guess the Thespian stage on their end does mean they can now copy a Savannah Rouse to get a green source, but that's okay. Sylvan Library would be a nice draw. Green Suns, Knight, Reclaimer. Definitely have a few good draws. There we go. Hey Wolf, hope you're well. Phone in your pocket, classic. Yep, can't do anything there. Reclaim is okay. It's a pretty good target for swords. Probably just want to take out the Savannah here. Dryad Arbor. I don't mind getting rid of Dryad Arbor here. still don't want a surgical either. Really trying to be patient on this surgical. Nothing. Wow, okay, that's pretty huge. We have a good clock as well, which is nice. We have a really good clock now. Surgical stage does give them limited ways to win. I might even do that in draw step just to see what's in their hand. Loam Savannah Dark Depths. What did they actually bring in as well? It looks like a Wear Tear. Interesting. They have a Clothis. That's pretty rough. Yeah. They actually let us look at the deck beforehand, which I've definitely done before, but... Interesting. Double Field, Blast Zone. Pretty normal stuff. Oh, one thing I didn't check was how many Dark Depths they actually had. I'm going to assume they just kept one in as a way to win. I think just because of how grindy it is, I do want the third Silver Library. And at least we have a lot of ways to fetch away the ones on top if we do have one already in play. I think it's just a Mox. It's either a Mox or a land, but I don't want to drop a land if I'm keeping all 4 Mox. I'm gonna cut a Mox. We're on the draw as well, which is nice. No green source is pretty huge here. We're playing the showcase tomorrow? I don't think so. Unfortunately, it'll be 1 AM on Monday morning, and I have work on Monday, so... Unfortunately, I won't be playing the showcase. This 5 just doesn't do a whole lot. That's the big problem. And it's quite awkward to get to Abrupt Decay mana. Alright. Alright. What are we doing here? This is green, white, black depths. I think it just won the challenge, which is pretty cool. I do want to keep the Mox in case we draw into... Maybe I don't want to keep the Mox. Maybe it's just this. It seems okay. Yeah, Mox does not seem great on a big mile, that's very correct. Field. Alright. Force would be nice. Land. Just gonna go for a basic here. Play Reclaimer. Library's very strong. Now I really need Force of Vigor. Elvish Reclaimer. Okay. They missed a land drop as well, so this is really big. I think it's just hold up Reclaimer here. But... And I might even... fetch now for a Savannah, because then I can play around Punishing Fire in response to the fetch. Interesting. Wasteland's fine. I'm not too sure why they're doing this. I think I want flagstones here, but also getting Wasteland and then holding up Paducah Bog is also tempting. Because I feel like they have Loam here, perhaps. I feel like the only reason they're doing that is because they drew into Loam. So I actually don't mind turning off these. Surely they're just trying to bait me, and they want to loan back these lands. I'm gonna bog. They didn't have other lands. Interesting. Oh, perfect. Oh my gosh. Now the question is, do I want to just Knight here? I think Knight might be a little bit better. This also means we get an attack in with the Elvish Reclaimer. They're just so far from this field, so I really want to apply as much pressure as I can. They find a maze, that's fine. Do we find Wasteland or Crop? Savannah, okay. I am gonna Swords this first and see what they do. Bog's pretty good. I don't think I even want to attack here. I think I just want to hold up both Elvish Reclaimer and Knight. And try to get lethal on board next turn. This doesn't play around crop rotation, but I hope that's okay. This is fine. They're going to try to sort something here, and it's not going to work out, because we get to go... probably sack Bog here. Go and get Step and give Pro. I think... This is lethal! This is going to be lethal. Because now we can go and get Wasteland and just Wasteland the Maze. That's so close. That's so close. We have a lot of time, so we can think about math here. So we need to wasteland the maze. And then we get 2 lands in the bin. And then it's pretty close to getting a... Yeah, if we draw a fetch... Oh, on a Mulder 4 as well. So nice. So nice. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. I wonder what the card was. I guess we do get a fetch. We actually don't see the top, so... Very nice. Very nice. Play to your outs. Play to your outs. Yeah, especially seeing how well lands can grind. Just nice to get up. Wumbo Gumbo. I don't mind this hand, I'll keep this. Wumbo Combo usually in chat as well. A fan of the stream, which is nice. A very good player. I can only assume it's going to be Delver. Opponent goes to 4. Wow. Okay. Well, we do have Crop for Bog, which I believe is quite good against this deck. I also had Crop open for Wasteland on this, but I think this is okay. Another Mox. I think you guys want to hold up the Reclaimer. Now this is interesting. Is a land better than the Mox? I kind of feel it is. Hey, thanks Legacy Council. It would be very cool to get my partner application approved. I think the land is actually just a better resource than the Mox is. Okay. So I'm going to assume my opponent is on Oops all spells based on their mull to 4, and this is the land. So Oops, you want the Surgicals, you want the Collector Oof, you want the Thalias. I'm not too sure if Veil does anything. Oops usually wins through Thassa's Oracle, correct? Dread Return, Thassa's Oracle. Engineers are interesting because you can turn off Narcomoebas, but I think that's pretty meh. I don't believe I want the Swords. Maybe even the Abrupt Decays. They play 4 Pact. Yeah. I think it might just be my reactive spells that I take out. I guess Veil does mean that things can't be countered by Pact Negation, which is interesting. Oops, all spells. Engineer is used if they have bridge. Yeah, that's very correct. That's a great point. So I can only assume it's close to this. This looks a little bit old school, but... Chancellor, Pact... Yeah, so they went through Thassa's Oracle. Okay. Yeah, why not? Why not? Actually... Chromox and Lotus Petals. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. There is a world where I want a Swords just in case they play out one of their creatures without having mana open and want to untap with it. Maybe that's better. They don't usually play basics either, so maybe this is better. Really want to crop in our opening. I don't think this is good enough, especially when we have Surgical as well. Okay, well this is pretty good. Keep this in bottom 1 stage. Sand is really nice. It also just has a plan. I mean, if we get to 4 mana, we can just crop for Dark Depths and win as well. If for some reason Surgical doesn't get there. Opponent goes to 3 cards. Rough. Yeah, they really aren't. I don't mind stage here and then Green Suns for 1, and then we can hold up Crop Rotation, Dark Depths next turn. Gives us a turn 3 win, which is nice. Ritual's okay. Oh, but we didn't hold up Crop Rotation. Hopefully that's okay. Well, they have no cards in hand, so surely it is. Alright, so with triggers on the stack, we can just take out the Narcomoebas. Nice. Very cool. Whew. Nice little comeback. Hey Fernandez, thanks for the follow. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what you play in Legacy. From Queensland, I like Legacy. My favorite decks are decks that play Days. Hey Rick, how did you end up in the PTQ? I assume you're playing Jund. And what do you think of Jund right now in Modern? Also, what are your thoughts on Jund in Highlander? as just a mid-range deck, not like a lands-based deck. I know you're building a lands-based Jund version, but obviously Jund as a mid-range deck is pretty popular in Toowoomba. Five 1 to 6/3, so got some play points. Nice. That's always nice to finish with at least something. What does Jund have a tough time against in Modern right now? Or is it just a bunch of kind of 50-50-ish matchups? Oof. I'm just going to cancel this. I'm just going to get a quick drink. I will be back in a second. Whew. Sadly, I won't be making it to Melbourne. I've got a music festival on that weekend. But it should be good. Oh, the one in Brizzy? Yeah. The full tilt. I think James is going to it. Nice. Played against some cool decks. We've played against... we went down to Ant. We got up against Oops, Lands, and I can't remember the second game. I'm trying to think now. Up against Uga. Burn, thank you. Interesting hand. I don't mind the Dark Depths with Crop, because it does get us to our extra mana, so... I think I might actually just keep this and see how it goes. It's got some interaction, which is nice. A Mox off the top would make this hand really nice, or even a Green Suns. See how this fares. See how this fares. Whew. Opponent kept 7 as well. Delta. Okay. This makes me think Ant. Straight up, but... I assume they'd go for a dual land in the blind. They chose to shuffle, which is always nice. So we can draw Mox Diamond here, we can pitch a Dark Depths. Now this is an interesting one. I think it is just Savannah into Reclaimer. Just like against Ant, I really just want to build out my board. opponent perhaps thinking of forcing this, which is interesting. Yeah, wow. Alright. This looks like it's going to be like maybe a blue control deck that doesn't have a way to deal with this currently. Brainstorm. Well, now they know what they want to play against. Scolding Tarn. I guess this could also be like a mono blue or blue red sneak attack deck. Step. Okay. So there's a few things here. I do want to play a Dark Depths out to crop rotate it away, but that doesn't play around Days, which is pretty huge because they are playing Days. Yeah, pitching a Days was interesting. That's very true. Mono blue sneak. I think I am just gonna go with Dark Depths here. I could also just play Step or fetch land. Step actually isn't the worst either. Yeah, I think just to get Step out of the way as well. We're not currently under any pressure. We're not too sure what we're up against, so I don't really know what I have to play around yet. A lot of cantripping, I will say that. Days on crop is brutal. Unless you crop away flagstones, then it's okay. And that's one of the big reasons why I like flagstones in this deck, is that it makes the blowout of crop rotation a little bit better. But obviously here we don't have it. It definitely, yeah, okay, there's Ancient Tomb. So that's going to be a start. Green Suns. There's also the thought of crop into Wasteland. Crop into Wasteland Green Suns for Reclaimer. Wasting that tomb is a bait. Yeah. You would rotate depths. The other thing is, if they do show and tell in a creature, then we do have Dark Depths here, put in a land, and then crop into whatever we want. What do the Preordain do? One card bottom, one card top. Yeah, I don't mind that. Windswept Heath, Green Suns for Reclaimer. And then we have Crop Up. Could be Intuition here. It wasn't Intuition, but it could definitely be Intuition. That's why they played the Ancient Tomb. Or even Cunning Wish. Yeah, what you got, opponent? Reveal your secrets. Volk, okay. This feels like sneak attack. Yup. Boyd, I hope you're well. I hope you are well. How's the game last night? It was good. Boys did well. Oh, Mox is actually really nice. Mox, Pitcher, Dark Depths. Thank you very much. Yeah, partner would be very cool to hit. Or at least get accepted. We do have Crop and Bog Up, that is true. The big issue is Emrakul and a second red source, because then Crop into Caracas does nothing. Now the thing is if we play the night, we can't play Crop around days. 4, 5, 6. But it does give us a near lethal creature, which is actually pretty interesting. So if we Crop this turn, we can put them down to 12. And then even if they have Emrakul, they swing at us, we keep the knight, which would be a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9? Need to leave up the combo? That's pretty interesting as well. Oh, because I fetched, can I not take this mana back? I feel like I can't. Yeah. Well. I guess we're stuck now into making this play. I kind of hope they force this. Because then they can't force the Crop. Huh. Okay. One puts them to 14. If I Crop now... it puts them to 12, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Otherwise, it's still a 3-turn clock in a way. So I think I'll just hold the Crop for now. Interestingly enough, though, next turn, if they play a land, they have access to Sneak and also just hardcast Force. Wasteland on red. Definitely think about Wasteland on red. But I'm going to assume they have a creature more than they have a second red source. Actually, yeah, that... Yeah, it's a really interesting one, because if they have a second red source, then Caracas is very bad against Emrakul, but it's okay against Grizzlebrand. If I Crop here and Wasteland the red source and they have a red source, I got nothing if they do have red source creature. I guess if I'm cropping for Wasteland here, they have to have red source and creature. And if I don't, I'm saying they just have to have creature. Reds. I guess it has to be both. Yeah, it has to be both. So I might as well take as much time to find out how much information I can get. Activate's fine. They're going to pay 7. I think in response to this, I would rather crop, just so they can't draw into force. They have the days. Rough. Alright. What does Ponta find? Chose to shuffle. That's pretty good. Brainstorm. Okay. But yeah, it definitely looks like Wasteland on red was just better. But they did have the days, so... I guess we could have done just Wasteland off the crop and not played the night. They're definitely digging. Yeah, I think the big play was not playing the night. Even Sylvan Safekeeper off the top doesn't do it. As in, like, sack all our lands and attack for lethal. Unless they use the tomb for some reason. Okay, that's a small win, I guess. What do they discard? Island. Another night. I don't really want to attack into a Grizzlebrand here. I'm probably better off just doing nothing. Yeah, we can nut up Caracas, but now they get, you know, at least 2 more looks with like Pontas or Brainstorms, which is pretty tough. They chose to shuffle. Preordain. There was even a world where taking out their red mana was better, but I think they have a land in hand for a second red. 2 cards on the bottom. Okay. What do you got? They have seen so many cards. This is fine. Are they gonna? They're probably just gonna pay here. Hmm. 2, 4, 6. Is there a way I can get flagstones and then sack it to get more lands in play and that way keep the 20/20? I don't think I do. The issue is that if they attack, I have to sack all my permanents, being 6, 2, 4, 6. And if I make Merit Liege now, then They just replay the Emrakul through the Lotus Petals. I don't believe there is a way out here. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. Sneak attack. Probably some amount of these. I don't mind path over swords. Probably even drop down on all swords. Decays can come out. I don't mind libraries. I don't mind Oof, as it just does tax him a little bit. I don't mind Veil. Carpets are interesting. I definitely want the Thalias. I definitely want the Veil. I definitely want the Oof. I probably want a Force at least. Yeah, unfortunately, especially after they gain life with the Grizzle. I can take out the Bog. I can take out a library. Safekeeper's interesting. I think Safekeeper's okay. Maybe 2 forces are too much. Yeah, we couldn't survive the hit, unfortunately. I think it was only like swords our own creature. But then we're down to 0 permanents. It might just be Safekeeper. Safekeeper can give us wins out of nowhere though, which is kind of nice. Might even just be the 1 carpet. Carpet's pretty good though, especially against a version with days. I could see it as being 2nd choke. 1 choke seems okay. It's not a hole. It's not great against them, but it does something, which is nice. Sneak pretty tough. Hey Crazy, thanks for the follow. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what you play in Legacy. Alright, would love to play first. And this hand is pretty strong. I'll keep this. Does the current Sneak build play many or any Omni? I assume it would, but I haven't seen any yet. Hey iPhone, welcome. I hope you're well. Volk is going to be fine. Preordain. What does Preordain do? 2 cards on the bottom. Okay. Dryad. It's a pretty good pitch to the Mox Diamond. Let's start with Wasteland. Just because they bottomed, I'd rather Wasteland here than play... I guess I got a free mana off Carpet if I wanted to play Carpet. But it does allow them to daze, which is kind of rough if they are just on the one lander. There's definitely some thought to not playing the Oof here, but I think it's just a little bit too good. Also turning off pedal effects is pretty nice. The Carpet also gives me a way out of the box, which is nice, so that's kind of cool. Okay. Collector mainly just for Lotus Petal, as just another way to tax them. I think that even though the Mox Diamond is turned off here, turning off Lotus Petal for them is pretty huge, because probably one of the main ways we can try to attack is their mana base. And if we can take them off red through Collector Oof, we can then aggressively go after Volcanic Island. Because Karakas is obviously a lot worse when they have multiple sources of red. So trying to make the Karakas a little bit better positioned is what I want to achieve with the Oof. But it definitely looks like a weird kind of inclusion. I'm just going to hold the Karakas here. Don't want to show it just yet. Yeah, also being able to disrupt and apply pressure is nice. It means that here they couldn't go like Ancient Tomb, Show and Tell, put in Sneak Attack, we put in Karakas, and then go Pedal, have 2 red. Opponent definitely thinking. Really want to draw a good threat. Like a Knight. A Reclaimer wouldn't be the worst because at least it's a 3/4. But can be tough. Probably fetching another Volk here, yeah. They could just show in. Sneak. They're going to play Simian Spirit Guide. Okay. It's actually really annoying. There goes our crop. Okay. I could crop for step, but I don't think that's good enough. I could also just try to wasteland them. However, if I draw into one piece of the combo, then crop just becomes significantly better because it actually is a win condition. But I don't mind crop into wasteland. It's just an issue because they're obviously going to draw out of it. I'd rather use the crop hopefully down the line where I can actually combo off with it. Opponent could also just have Ancient Tomb and just show into Ancient Tomb sneak attack, so maybe I was supposed to play the Caracas there. Just a land. Alright. Step. Yeah, I think now we play Caracas. I didn't play Caracas because I'm going to keep it for show and tell, but I think here I'll definitely just play it out. I didn't play the Caracas. Oops. Yeah, that's the whole thing with playing a land. Yeah. Good plays, good plays. Hey, Ellen. Hope you're well. That's pretty classic. They didn't do anything. But now they could just play land. Yeah. Definitely a tight spot. Big yikes. Oh, okay. But nothing interesting. We live another turn. Thespian stage. Mox. Yikes. Yeah, this is a really weird game. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't mind attacking with Oof here, seeing that they have multiple red sources. Yeah. The one thing is, though, that they currently have 2 Volks in play and 1 in the graveyard. So maybe this Flooded Strand couldn't hit another red source. Maybe I was supposed to be pretty aggressive with crop rotation. Obviously, the Lotus Petal changes that, but... Hey, 90s. Hope you're well. Alright. Here come the beats. Alright, we put in Mox Diamond. Interesting. I think I hold this. This is actually interesting because they can't fetch. I think I do just have to make them float red here. They can't tap Tomb. I didn't really need to crop there, but so they currently have, I guess they can't really do anything other than find petals. I'm just gonna get stage in case they have a way to blow up the Caracas. Such a weird game. Yeah, if we started attacking earlier, then that would have occurred. Mox Diamond definitely a feast or famine card. Not too bad in the early to mid game, but definitely not a card you want to be drawing in the late game, which is just part of the deck. We haven't seen Sylvan Library, even as a 3-of. We haven't seen it in any of our matches, which is definitely a great way to make sure you're not drawing your Mox Diamonds in the late game. Let's go to the bathroom real quick. I am busting. I'll be back in a second. Ooh, okay. Opponent choosing there. Hey Matt Soul, welcome. As someone who plays a lot of Mox Diamond decks, I will give you some advice to not be a brick for your late game. Just draw better. Yeah, I definitely try sometimes. I do try. What was the Ponder? Ponder chose to shuffle. I don't know what they have here as an out, other than like show and tell in something, but they can't. Weird game. Really weird game. Your favorite Australian phrase is heaps? Like this game is heaps good? Drawing better is good advice for Magic in general. Drawing good can be hard sometimes. Storm counts 5. Maybe that's relevant. Petal, okay. 3 petals, okay. Please don't be like, okay, this is fine. I'm not too sure what my opponent is digging for, because now they can't even, like, show and tell in Omniscience, right? They've already played a land. I don't know what their out is. 2 cards on the bottom. Yeah, I don't think my opponent had an actual out there, which is interesting. Alright. Alright. I think I'm okay with how we boarded. So we took out the swords, the decays, and then 1 bog, 1 depths. That was game 2. And we brought in Path, 2 carpets, Veil, Choke, Thalia's Force. I think this is okay. I don't think there's anything I want to change. It's probably between these 3, if anything. Surgical is also interesting, but usually if they're picking off 1 show and tell, then they just win anyway. I don't think like surgical on show and tell is optimal, especially without black handish option. Yeah, surgical is much better if we have a counterspell deck. I'm just gonna run this back. It is a pretty tight match, and we have to be very lucky. But this hand is probably okay. Has a lot of interaction, which is nice. Honda is fine. Alright. I think all our black cards are sideboard now. Abrupt Decays and Plague Engineers, yeah. They chose not to shuffle. Alright. Knight. Alright. Brainstorm's okay. That makes me think they either have a fetch or they're one kind of piece away from Ancient Tomb show and tell in something. Is it a reasonable time in Australia right now? Yeah, it is. It is 1:27 p.m. on Sunday. So pretty good. So usually on Sundays I'll stream from about 10:30 or 11, depending on how big my Saturday night was. It's always in a reasonable time in Australia. That's the way, Chris. I like that. The one poor side of MTGO in Australia is the challenges. Challenges for me are 10 p.m. on Saturday night and 1 a.m. on Sunday morning. So like the showcase, I believe, is in 11 hours. So that's at 2 a.m. on Monday, which is pretty tough. One top, one bottom. Okay. Green Suns. Cool, 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 cool. I think it's just oof to turn off the... Well, this is actually pretty interesting. I can either turn off the Lotus Petal here, or I can hold up Reclaimer. No, I think oof is better. Just attacks what's on the board. Brainstorm's okay. Any Strixhaven picks for your deck? I really need to have a look at Strixhaven. I haven't yet, and I assume it's fully spoiled now. What is my Zenith command? Hey, Carl. Hope you're well. What is my Zenith command? Oh, reward thing? Doog's Green Sun Zenith. So Doog's GSE. Ah, the reward thing. It is, you get to choose a green target for Green Sun Zenith in the next deck that I play for Maverick. So I believe the one coming up is the Spider with Delirium, where you get a bunch of 1/2s if it happens. Spyglass is really good. Yeah, Spyglass is pretty good. Turns off Caracas. Spider's Love, yeah. Let me quickly find it. It's not Atraxa, I don't believe. Alright. This is interesting. I think I'll put in Knight. And then we can Green Sun Zenith. We can try to Green Sun Zenith for... It's actually really tough. I need Mox Diamond because I can't Green Sun Zenith for a way to get rid of this. In Night of Autumn, unless I have all my mana. Oh, they just have Omniscience. Okay. Okay. Yep. Nice. 3-2. Which isn't too bad. Down to Sneak and down to Ant. Which probably aren't the greatest matchups, especially Sneak and Show, but I think Ant is a little bit better. We do have some pieces for that. Ishkanar, there we go. It is Ishkanar. If you do 150k, do I get to choose? I could create that. Yes, I could definitely create that. Ishkanar Graph Widow. That's it. So this deck was pretty cool. So this was the deck that I believe won the challenge last night, which is pretty awesome. So big congrats to Wara on that. This is a little bit different to what I usually play because it is playing the black splash for cards like Plague Engineer and Abrupt Decay. But pretty good inclusions for some of the like matchups that you have. It can be pretty tough dealing with go wide strategies. The one card that I kind of like in these versions is Ancient Tomb, just because it is a one land you can get off crop to either Dark Depths or bump up your Green Suns a little bit. But I think I would probably only play that in the green-white version, not with the black. But yeah, other than that, really nice deck. Really succinct, which is good. I think if I was playing green-white, I'd probably put something like a Gaddock Teeg in the sideboard as well as a good Green Suns target for some of the combo decks. But otherwise, had a lot of fun playing this. I think it's a sweet deck. I think the other card I used to play in the 75 of the green-white depths version was Ramanap, for some of the matches where you do want to use the graveyard as a resource. But here it was pretty good. That's going to be me. I'm going to quickly see who else is streaming. Legacy Pit. Always the pit. Nice. A huge thank you once again. If you want to find me on YouTube, you can find me here. All my streams and all my recorded YouTube videos go there. And then on Twitter, and of course, at the Green Sun Zenith. Eureka, thanks for the follow. I hope you're well. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. And I will be back on Thursday night with Green White X Maverick. Not too sure which one yet, but stay tuned. Cheers.